And like I stated, the so-called elite work on opposites. Whatever's the truth, they're going to tell us the exact opposite. Like I stated with evolution, the Earth being a ball when it's really flat, the distance of the sun, and this is exactly what I'm talking about, telling us how the sun is supposedly 93 million miles away when it's actually only a few thousand miles away. And with this video demonstration, I've showed this before in a previous video, you can clearly see how the sun is much closer. I'm going to actually show two footages, one of a time lapse over Lake Michigan looking over Chicago, Illinois, and another time lapse of the sunset in South Africa. Take a look, and I'll also explain the vanishing point. Now, as you can see, as the sun is basically just circling the Earth, and you can clearly see how the sun is localized in this one area. You're going to see the clouds being lit up right here at this point. Understand, the sun is nowhere, again, as far as we're told, it's nowhere near as large as we're told. It's much smaller and much closer. It's all under the firmament. The sun was in actuality 93 million miles away. The whole sky should be illuminated. It's not. It's localized again. Play this a little bit more. You can clearly see what's happening here is called the vanishing point. It is not going over or under the ball. It is just circling, going around. And I'll show that in a second. I'll let this video conclude. And it appears at this point to go around the ball. It's not. Again, it's the vanishing point. I'll show that right now. And with this image, as you can see, these three telephone poles are the same height. You can see here the one nearest appears taller, and the one furthest appears smaller, to the point where you can't see them anymore, and they appear to disappear. Again, this is called the vanishing point. Now, taking a look at these real life telephone poles, the same deal. These are all the same height, but due to perspective, one furthest away appears shorter when they're not. They're all the same height. And as you go down the line, the one furthest away appears to lose its legs, basically. You just see the top portion. That's the exact same thing that happens to the sun. This location here. Same exact thing. Now, taking a look at this time lapse from South Africa. Basically the same thing. You're going to see how the sun is moving and the earth is still stationary, fixed, like the Bible states. Clear as day. Take a look. And again, much smaller than we're told and much closer. Everything is within the firmament. No way this sun is 93 million miles away and this would happen. And obviously much smaller than we're told as well. Again, this is how they work on opposites. When you work off opposites, when you tell someone, for example, something is A, when in actuality it's Z, it's too far for the human mind to accept. And this is what they have done to the masses from generation through generation. Understand, 500 years ago, people believed the earth was flat. If you told them you were living on a ball, you would be ridiculed, made fun of. This is how society is controlled, the sheep mentality.
Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning, and it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the poles. So it's not actually a sphere, it's oblate, and officially it's an oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator.
A little chubbier.
A little chubbier.
Yeah.
Chubby's a good way. It's like pear-shaped.
How do you like it? They tell you all the time what to do, what to think, what to feel. Do you want to be like a sheep? Like all those other people, man? Do you understand? That piece of shit up there, I never like him. I never trust her here.